Act 2 of Extra Time this week, Doing Things by the Rook. Every year, one of the most intriguing storylines that people watch is what one might call the fresh meat watch. How are the rookies doing? For some reason, Shep, it's always talked about with a bunch of surprise, as if, I can't believe these rookies are actually playing.
Well, Greg, first of all, when I think of fresh meat, I don't think of male soccer players, but I don't think it's any surprise that the rookies are doing well. I think the level of play in college soccer has gotten better and better.
Yeah.
I think these guys are more able to step right in and play, and we're seeing that this season.
We certainly are. Let's take a look at some of the teams that are getting major contributions from their rookies. None bigger than up in Toronto, where Stefan Frei, the goalkeeper, has done very well, and Sam Cronin, the right mid. Toronto brought in Dwayne De Rosario, Adrian Siriu, but the rookies are actually getting the job done, aren't they?
That's been great, and there were great accolades about Stefan Frei in particular during the draft. He had slipped down very low, and that surprised a lot of people, but so far he's beaten out Greg Sutton for the job. Now, goals against average is not great, but I never put that on the goalkeeper. It's everybody really not defending well. So Stefan Frei, he's done well, and Cronin, he's been versatile. He's been really the guy under the radar screen in the midfield.
Cronin's been very good. Do you think Frei will be the starting goalkeeper the rest of the year?
I don't.
Really?
I think Greg Sutton will win back his job. That's not to say Stefan Frei doesn't have a great career ahead of him.
Well, goalkeeper for the future in Toronto. In Los Angeles, the future's here already, especially in the back line. Omar Gonzalez, a big addition, 6'5" actually, but AJ De La Garza has also looked to be a very good pickup. He's been playing left back right now.
Yeah, those guys both have been awesome. Remember, they played together in college. De La Garza, really good skill on the ball, savvy, high soccer IQ, knows what to do. Gonzalez has been phenomenal. For a guy his size, he's impressed me, obviously in the air, but I've seen him come back and make sliding tackles tremendous.
There is a rumor out there that, you might even want to see Omar Gonzalez up top.
Up top, get that big guy. I think he's the ideal target striker for the LA Galaxy. Let Landon Donovan run in behind him. He started his career, Gonzalez, as a striker. I'm not sure Bruce Arena is ready to go with that, but he has been terrific, Gonzalez, so far.
Well, that certainly would be interesting. In New England, it's been interesting to watch the transformation of the back line as well. Darius Barnes and Kevin Alston have come in and done a very good job, especially Darius Barnes. He's slotted in at center back right alongside Jay Heaps. They've lost Michael Parkhurst. They've had injuries to Chris Albright, and these two have picked it up.
Listen, for me, when you talk about Darius Barnes, and I kind of said, well, who is he? That's a great thing if you're a central defender. If I don't know his name, hasn't been beaten. He's really stepped in. And you pointed it out, the loss of Parkhurst, who was going to fill that void? Barnes in particular has been excellent. It's
been interesting because I remember Frank Olive once telling me, if you're a defender, if at the end of the day no one mentions your name, you've done a great job. You've done your role as it is. And, Steve Nicol and Paul Mariner, always very good at drafting. They found Barnes. They brought him in there. He has that weapon of a throw-in, which has been very helpful. And as Steve Nicol said, he hasn't made a mistake, and that's been huge for them. Now, in D.C., they have Chris Pontius and Rodney Wallace, a couple of rookies that have started every game so far this season. Pontius has done well on the right side. He's got a goal and an assist to his name already. Wallace is a speedy back, can also play in the midfield, and he's shown some pretty good potential.
I think both of those players, Greg, are really instrumental to whether or not DC United has success this year. I think they have to play well, continue to play well, if DC United is going to win. I love Pontius. I mean, having said that, he had 2 golden opportunities against New England last week to put the game away. Great little move, got wide open, one-on-one with the keeper, and blasted twice high and wide of the near post. But that's rookie mistakes. He'll learn to drill that ball low.
Yeah, drill it low to the far post, and of course you might get the rebound. That is exactly what a rookie will learn over the years. I agree with you on Pontius. I think he's got some wonderful skill and the ability to take on a defender and get something done. Well, these 4 teams aren't the only ones getting contributions from MLS freshmen. Chivas rookie Chukwudi Chijindu got his first goal over the weekend. We'll probably see some more. Seattle Steve Zakuani, first overall pick, a goal and an assist on the season. He's looked very dangerous on the flank for the Sounders. And New York's Jeremy Hall has seen some decent minutes. In fact, Shep, this past weekend, it was his throw-in that led to a goal, but he got a red card too.
He should not have gotten that red card. I didn't, that was a yellow card at best. But he's also had a very big impact for the Red Bull team so far this year.
Yeah, he's done well, certainly. Now, which of these guys do you see sticking it out for the rest of the season? I mean, which one do you think is going to be needed by their team is probably the better way to put it.
Yeah, that's the operative word, needed, because why are they playing? I mean, injuries have been a factor. Teams need them to step in. That's certainly been the case in New England. I think a bunch of them will stick. I look at Wallace and Pontius in DC at DC United. I don't think they can do without them. So I think those two players are going to continue to remain in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and for New England, I actually say that Darius Barnes is going to be a centerpiece of their defense throughout the rest of the season, which is huge. Now, one of the things, though, is compared to previous years, the roster size has shrunk. The salary cap hasn't really grown. So is that why some of these rookies are getting more playing time this year than last year? Or is it purely that they're better than the incumbents?
Yeah, Greg, I think it's both. I definitely think this rookie class, when you look compared to last year in Major League Soccer, there's no comparison. These are better soccer players. Salary cap is always a factor. So, if you have signed a De Rosario, you play a Cronin, Stefan Frey. In DC United, you pay Emilio, you pay Fred and Jaime Moreno. Jaime Moreno, 100 assists, 100 goals.
First player to 100 assists and 100 goals, indeed.
So that's, you need a Wallace and Pontius in the lineup. So all those factors relevant.
Well, this may not be relevant at all because it's going to be incredibly premature on this one. But last week we did an absurdly premature prediction for Golden Boot. Yeah. You picked Juan Pablo Angel. I took Kenny Cooper. This week we're going to ask for a absurdly premature prediction for Rookie of the Year.
Greg, you're not saving anything for later in the year. Get it out early.
Get it all out early. What do you got?
Well, I'd love to say Omar Gonzalez because for me he stands out. But how do you give it to another LA Galaxy defender? They gave it to Sean Franklin last year. So I'm going with Pontius. I really think he's going to get better as the year goes on. Rookie mistakes, unable to finish those goal opportunities. And I think DC United really needs him in the lineup. So it's O'Brien White I thought of also, but I'm giving it to Pontius.
O'Brien White, the striker for Toronto, who hasn't played. He's been injured for the most part. I'm going to go with Omar Gonzalez. I think that actually he's going to be huge. And as you said, maybe they'll put him at forward and he'll score 20 goals. And then, of course, he gets the Rookie of the Year. But I actually think he's going to shore up that defense a lot. He already has. Their goals against average is already down. So I'm going to go with Omar Gonzalez on that one. Well, in Act 3, tomorrow we'll look at a busy weekend in the league. 9 games this week. If that doesn't fix your soccer, Jones, nothing will.